Hi, my name is Anthony and I'm with my friend today, Bridget Sakr, and we've just come to the end of week 1 of the school year, and I suppose it's a week which I might describe as hope in challenging times, because we've just come out of a crazy 2 years. And Bridget, I'm just wondering, as a mum, a working mum, what did you learn through that 2 years of COVID?
Children, families in the last couple of years have had to really adapt and adjust to a different way of living. Online learning, no sports, no activities. And I've learnt that really that human connection, that interaction is really important. What did people miss the most is being together. And I think that for all the families who are back at school, just really take that time out and be together wherever you can, to be outdoors, to be with family, appreciate what we didn't have for 2 years.
So we're really still in a very difficult and challenging time, because at the moment we've got the masks, we've got the social distancing. Now hopefully when all of that we move on beyond that, how would you like to see life within your own family, and how would you like to see life with families post-COVID?
We've got to learn to live with this virus, and I think we've got to make the most of the situation we're in. We all have suffered in some shape or form in the last couple of years, but if we can embrace what we have, take as much time out to have picnics with the family, go places where you know that you're outdoors, make time to be outdoors. I think that's important for your mental health as well. I know how hard it was having to just connect online. Go kick a ball or meet your friends in the park, meet families in the park, get together in the most safest possible way. I think that's really important.
Now, you mentioned earlier, in addition to COVID, you had the unbelievable tragedy of losing your daughter. And we're standing at Veronica's memorial here at Santa Sabina College today. No words will ever really adequately describe how you feel, even today. But with that in mind, what advice would you give to other mums and dads about the time they have with their children each and every day?
We are standing here at Veronica's memorial, and I'm so grateful for Santa Sabina allowing this memorial here, because what's really important for families is to really appreciate and embrace that time with your family. You never know what's going to happen. We have no control. We think we do, but we don't. And when I dropped off Veronique at a cousin's house to have a great night, I never thought that was going to be the last time that I would actually see her. I was in a rush, and I said, "See you later, Veronique. I'll pick you up in a few hours." But make that time to, when you're dropping your kids off, just say goodbye, say "I love you" when they leave the vehicle or you drop them off, because we just don't know what's going to happen.
So if you take that concept that as parents, and in this day and age, many parents are working parents and they're time poor, if you were to give a checklist to parents and say, look, make sure you do A, B and C always, what would be your advice to parents about the things that they could do to ensure that their time was well spent?
Anthony, we're so busy. We're such a busy society. We've always got things to do, places to go, people to talk to. And it's really funny, I can tell you a story when, Veronique wanted my attention, and if I was doing something and she'd call me Mum because I'm really busy, she'd say, Bridget, and it'd get my attention. So the first thing I would say is just be conscious of being aware, number one, when we're rushing around and busy, that a child could be calling for you, calling out. I'd say just stop and actually take that moment to answer them, because we're all so busy. Secondly, tell them I love them, I love you. Tell them as many times as you can. And thirdly, never hesitate to give your child a hug before they leave if you can, because you just don't know. Those moments are precious. The moments, time is precious, life is precious. And I can tell you now that, I promised myself that with Michael, I would always tell him I love him when I dropped him off to school. So last thing I say, I love you, Michael. Have a great day.
So the experience that you had of losing Veronique brought you incredible adversity. So many of our mums and dads experience adversity of different types. Sometimes it's chronic unemployment, the death of loved ones, just difficult relationships. Talking to mums and dads, what advice do you give them about how to face adversity?
From my experience and what I have felt very healing is to talk to someone, to be able to reach out, whether it be professional help or through someone in your community that that can help. I think it's important that you don't silence suffering, silence grief. We live in a countercultural society where we don't talk about our pain. But what I have learned, and from the platform Heartfelt, just getting together and talking about the inner emotions and pains you're going through, to not suffer in silence is so important for your mental health. Mental health is really, it's on the rise, and I've spoken to so many people who, the communities have really suffered in the last couple of years, and I think if we don't talk about it, then it's only going to be more harmful.
And so that concept of reaching out, I think, goes to the heart of our faith. And we know that you went to Catholic schools yourself, you've sent your children to Catholic schools, you value Catholic education. How can mums and dads support Catholic schools in the education of children?
Yes, I went to a Catholic school, went to Bethlehem in Ashfield, St Vincent's in Ashfield. My kids go to Catholic schools in obviously Santa, and my son goes to St Pat's. And I think the beauty about the Catholic school system, it also has family educators. I mean, I think they are phenomenal, and to actually engage with your family educator, whether you are suffering as a family or another family that's suffering, I really think that is something that we need to really connect with.
And again, it's about building those bridges between schools and homes and parishes. And I think when you get that unity, you get a great education and you get a wonderful nurturing of the faith. So my final question on this, what's your hope for the year as a mum?
I would hope that all children get to have a normal year and get to have a year where we're feeling like we are progressing, where we're not sort of feeling like we're having to be indoors, and to get out there and just be with one another. I really hope for that.
Well, Bridget, in what you've shared with mums and dads and with other young people as well, as we count down, we're 1 down and 39 to go, let's hope that this is a time of hope in challenging times as well.
And faith teaches us hope, and I encourage all families to have that hope and to know that together as a community of faith, that our role is to be there for one another. Our role is to embrace the challenges, but together, and that our children, our next generation, flourish.
No, that's fantastic, and thank you for your words of wisdom, and let's enjoy the days and the year ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.